Again, as I was saying, choose something safely in the zone. So 4, 1 looks like a good spot, right? That's in our double shaded region. Now, if it wants a non-solution would be anything outside of that shaded region. So -5, 5, or -2, 2, -2, 0, -3, -1, anything like that. Tons and tons of options for non-solutions. Okay? Might want to make sure that you show which one goes where. I kind of realized I wrote both my answers on top of each other a little bit. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff to avoid on test day, just to make sure you get your credit. Number 5 and 6, right here we're working with an equality on this very first one, okay? As we read through the problem, it says write the equations. It's kind of a dead giveaway right there, guys. Equations means equal sign. Look down at the second problem, number 6, inequalities. That's when we have our greater than or our less than stuff. Sorry, I said that backwards. These are our less thans. These are our greater thans, okay? So it kind of gives it away which one it wants. I have people that are still getting confused on which ones to use. Right here, I'm telling you, okay? Equations. School that he goes to, selling tickets for the musical, first day, okay, that'll be one of our equations. Sold 12 adult and 6 child tickets for $120. Then $44 on the second day by selling 6 adult and 1 child. This one tells us what to make the variables. Please use that, guys, okay? This would be 12A plus 6C equals 120. And for the second day, it wrote it backwards, but it's still 6A plus 1C. You don't have to have that 1 there. You could just write C. There's an understood 1. But if you write it there, it's optional. Do that in orange. It's optional to write the 1 there. You don't have to have it, okay? So there would be day 1 and day 2 equations set up. Guys, that's all it wanted. Please don't waste your time working this problem. I did not ask how much each one was. It was just about setting it up. Number 6, write the system of inequalities for the following situation. Pablo's pickup truck can carry a maximum of 2,000 pounds. Guys, words like this are why it's an inequality. Maximum carrying weight. That doesn't mean he has to have exactly 2,000 pounds in his truck. It just means he can't carry more than that, okay? He's loading a truck with 50-pound bags and 80-pound bags. He hopes to load at least, there we go, another one, at least, that's an inequality, 20 bags of cement on his truck. Let X represent the number of 50-pound bags and Y represent the number of 80-pound bags. Okay, so again, it gives you the variables. Use that later on when you're having to make your own. So the first equation I want to do is the weight equation. That's just me personally. So I've got 50-pound stuff, 80-pound stuff, and I can't be over 2,000 pounds. So that means I have 50X, because it told me 50-pound bags are X, plus the 80-pound bags with Y. Needs to be, that's the weight in the truck. It needs to compare to the 2,000 pounds by being less than or equal to it. So our weight on the truck needs to be less than or equal to 2,000 pounds. My next equation is just about the total number of bags, okay? This part, the at least 20 bags. That means all his 50-pound bags plus all his 80-pound bags needs to be greater than or equal to the 20 bags he wants to carry, okay? So there will be your 2 equations. You don't have to work them out. You don't have to solve it out. It's just about the setup here. Because basically, if you can do number 5 and 6, it tells me you got a good shot at being able to do the 4 problems later on in the test that are like that, okay, where you actually have to work them out in the end. Number 7, determine whether 6, 0 is a solution to the following system. Show all work to receive full credit. Guys, if we're figuring out if something is a solution, a lot of people got real busy on this trying to graph it and do all this. It's just a plug and chug, okay? This is an X value, this is a Y value. So I'm going to take this first equation here, and I'm going to plug that in. That would be 0 equals 2/3 times 6 minus 4. Okay, that got plugged in right there as well, but we don't need those parentheses. 0 equals 2/3 times 6. Guys, throw that in the calculator. Rather be safe than sorry. It's going to be 4 minus 4. So I got 0 equals 0. That's a check for the first equation. Okay? Now for the second equation, we plug in again. 2 times x, which is 6 in this case, plus 4 times 0 equals 12. 2 times 6 is going to be 12. 4 times 0 cancels, so I get 12 equals 12. So again, that one worked, that equation works. So you need to put something down here like, yes, 60 is a solution, or just yes for that matter. Heck, I'd probably just take it if you put yes, okay, if you showed all the work. Same thing with number 8, we're plugging in for x and for y. These are harder to evaluate. This would be 5 is less than 2 times 2 plus 1. That means 5 is less than 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1. 5 is less than 5. And coming off of the heels of the last problem, a lot of people look at 5 is less than 5 and go, yeah, boom, that's perfect. That is not. 5 is not less than 5, guys. So this one did not work. If it doesn't work for one, it doesn't matter anymore about checking the other. That means it's not in the double shaded region. So not a solution, or just no. That might work, okay, because it is saying determine whether it's a solution or not, okay. Number 9, our old friend substitution, and it's set up for it, okay. It is at least, thankfully, set up for it. We take the 2y plus 2, because our step 1 of solving by substitution, step 1 is to isolate a variable. That's already done, okay? So now we're going to take whatever's on the other side from the variable and plug it into our first equation. This time we're plugging in for x because that's what was solved for. So my new top equation looks like this. 1 equals negative 2x, but x is no longer there. We've substituted in our second equation for it. Now we have to distribute here. Be careful. It's been a while since we've done a lot of distribution. We're going to combine some like terms. We're going to add 4 to both sides. And thus, when we divide by 5, we get that y equals 1, or 1 equals y. That is half my answer. The other half comes from when I plug that in. So lots of plugging, lots of plugging. Plugging is also called substituting. That's where this gets its name. So I'm going to go ahead and use this bottom equation because x was already solved for, kind of makes it easy. 2 times y, well, we know what y is. It's going to be 1 plus 2. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4. Please make sure you write your final answer as a point, as I've been preaching all chapter long. Okay, answer is 4, 1. Number 10, solve the equation using elimination. Good, it's already set up for it. When we have both equations in standard form, an alarm should go off in your head that says, oh, elimination, elimination, elimination. It's not that's the only way to do it. There's tons of ways to do it. But on this one, it has to make you do elimination. You have to do elimination to receive credit on this problem, just like you had to do substitution to receive credit on the previous problem.